What's up, guys? Kenji603 coming at you with a deck profile. I just got 4th place at the remote regional. That was today, held by Project CCG. The deck I was playing Fiendsmith Ryzeal. I think it's the best deck by far at the current moment. It is similar to Triff's list. There's a couple changes, a couple cards that are put in here mainly to kind of combat, post ban list, what we're seeing. Just to give you guys a quick rundown of my matchups, I played Malice, Mimighoul, Kashtira, Fiendsmith, Malice again, Fiendsmith, Kashtira, and then Goblin Bikers. My record was X1. And without further ado, I will get into the list here. So I play 3 Ice, Standard, 3 X, Standard, 3 Sword, and 1 Node. There's only 10 names. You're never going to play more Node. You have to play 3 of all these ones because they're the best. And then Honorary, or not Honorary, but play Ryzeal Cross as the other engine target. We don't play Plugin. The reason I'm not playing Plugin, again, same with Triss list, it's a brick. If you draw in an open hand, doesn't start. It can help play around board breakers. So I will say I did side the card for going first to make sure that if I did get Impermed or Ultimate Slayer, or Ultimate Slayer is a different thing. But if for some reason they added my Detonator, I was able to, still play, bring it back. Gave me the options to play around Nib. Is it entirely needed? That's up for debate in the future, but I just wanted it just in case people post-ban list wanted to start playing more breakers. So I wanted to have something to combat that. 3 Bonfire Standard, so that puts you at the 12 names. Well, the issue with the deck, in my opinion, the reason the Fiendsmith stuff is good, there's not a lot of names. So, playing, and when I say names, there's really only 10 names, or 10 copies of names in the deck. So if you play Desires, and you banish, 2, 3, that's a lot of engine, and all these cards get to each other so quickly. So it's really easy to go through 1, 2 of these, 1 of these, have one for follow up. So at that point, you're banishing the rest of your engine. So until we get better consistency cards, I just think that the Fiendsmith stuff is just the way to go. That being said, 3 Engraver, 2 Tract, 1 Lacrima, 1 Lurie, 1 Fiendsmith of Paradise. This stuff's insane. Honestly, these are such well balanced and well made cards. Well, I'm not gonna go too far. I think this is a really good generic engine that isn't super toxic, that offers so much utility and is just really good. So yeah, nothing kind of crazy there. The card that I played in the main deck that actually was MVP today, 3 Crossout Designator. I know Triff was playing this, I believe, in the side deck. I played in the main. I've crossed out goddamn everything today. Nibs, Ashes. Yeah, the card's too good not to play, in my opinion. So it's in the main for me. Which I know it skews a little bit of the deck building. So you'll see in the hand traps here. So 3 Ash, 3 Effect Veiler, 3 Nibiru. Those are the 3 ofs that I'm playing. Ash and Nibs, very good into Malice. Imperm, and then I played 2 Effect Veilers. These cards, while they're good because they stop Duo Drive, and maybe a sequence short of that. Imperm's a little bit better, obviously, because you can use it going second, but these cards are actually not... They're not amazing this format because they're still good to have multiple hand traps to be able to use, but the Malice matchup, these cards just feel so bad because you just have to throw it at them early on in their combo, and if they just have extender, it's just so bad. If you hold it, you're just gonna play into the trap because once they start setting the traps, you're the card becomes super dead. I mean, you can use this to trade with a Terahertz, and then maybe they use the Fusion Engrave. I mean, they'd be stupid to do that, but it's... I didn't love these cards. That's the reason why I played 3 Nib and 2 Effect Veiler. I just felt Nib was just so much better, even though everybody's kind of playing a way to combat it or put a Caesar up with the Fiendsmith engine. Even though it's still impactful, you still have to play it. Just because on the off chance that somebody does play into it, or They don't go that line. They only open Ryzeal cards or in Malice. You're able to make them end on half boards, then break it with Engine. But that was the reason why I played 3 Nib and 2 Effect Veiler, instead of like the other way around with like 3 Effect Veiler and 2 Nib. I just wanted this card and the side deck card of the year, the Lancia, for the Malice matchup, and yeah, it just worked out. I never missed it. I never was like, oh, I need a 3rd Veiler, because at the same time, I'm playing Ogre and Droll as crossout targets. So realistically, like, this is the same as like the 3rd Effect Veiler. Like, I guess like any matchup where the Effect Veiler's any meta, relevant matchup where the Effect Veiler is going to be good, like i.e. your Ryzeal matchups, like this does the exact same thing on the duo drive. So I just felt like it was fine to do that. And then the Droll for the crossout, I don't think the card is main deckable unless you're going to like a YCS, and you expect 75 to 85% of the room to be Ryzeal, because this card just doesn't do a ton in the Malice matchup. They still end on their board. They just like might not go plus 2 off the chassis or something like that. So just a crossout target, don't side it or anything like that. And then last cards, I played 2 Fuwalos. My round 6 opponent is sick because I drew 2 of these on his turn, and I only played 2 in the deck, so he's sick right now. Yeah, I don't own a 3rd. I'd probably play a 3rd if I could. I'd probably bring Veiler to 1 and then play a 3rd of this, because this card's just crazy. It like single-handedly won me like 3 games today easily. And then I played the one Perule in the main. Again, just a crossout target in case somebody's weirdly main decking it. But I think this card is better right now than this card. This card's really good against Ryzeal, don't get me wrong, but you're not going to play against just Ryzeal. And this is like just more generically good into Malice and other like rogue matchups. So yeah, so that's the main deck. It's 41 cards. We'll go into the side deck here. Put the Nib token to the side. 2 Detonator, 2 Duo Drive. Talk about this card after. 1 Exciton Knight, 1 Mirror Logic, standard. 1 SP, 1 Chaos Angel. What I will say, I don't think people make Chaos Angel enough. Chaos Angel, just light and dark, is just broken by itself. It helps like out so many things. And a lot of the decks right now like have such a hard time getting over this, especially if Malice has gone through their Trap That Banishes and stuff like that. So it's pretty good right now. Sometimes, if you're in a pinch and you're like, oh no, what to do? Sit on a Light Dark Chaos Angel. At least you're not going to die. And this deck is all about follow-up, because you have the Fiendsmith cards in the grave. You can top deck into 1 Ryzeal, which gets you full combo. The Fiendsmith stuff, so Requiem, Moon, Sequence, Desiree, Necro-Equip, and Caesar. I didn't play a Gunday. I don't think that card, like, low-key, I don't think that card's, like, really needed. Sometimes it OTKs, or helps you OTK, in that scenario it's, like, better, but, if you're always just playing for follow-up and putting, like, just trying to control, like, just playing the deck as, like, a mid-range deck, I don't think you actually need it, so I decided not to play it. The one flex spot, which Truff was playing Typhon, which I agree with at the YCS because of the fact that he was playing for, like, Ryzeal, but not Fiendsmith Ryzeal to be the most popular. I was playing post-ban list. The Fiendsmith cards are broken. They should be in everybody's deck. If you can play them, you should be playing them. So the card that actually won me, like, a ton of games, I played Abyss Dweller. There were so many times I would, like, make Abyss Dweller and force, like, an Imperm or a D-Barrier at one point, just to be able to shut off the Lacrimus and the Fiendsmith and Paragrace and Grave. Was really, really clutch multiple times. And, like, even just, like, in the pure Kashtira Fiendsmith or the Fiendsmith deck itself, like, you just summon this, and they're just like, yeah, like, I gotta out this thing, or it just blanks my turn next, on the crackback. So, This card is MVP. I would not change this moving forwards. Well, I do understand Typhon is good into the Ryzeal mirror match and stuff like that. I think the Fiendsmith cards are too busted, and you make this so easily that you should be playing it. The side deck, I will say there was two kind of, not questionable, but creative choices, I would say. 3 Lancia, again. So I wanted this, Nib, and Ash, and then the 2 Fulwaros. That's what I was hoping to see against Malice, which I did resolve this against Malice today. I resolved Fulwaros against Malice. I resolved Nib against Malice. So the strategy of how to beat the Malice matchup did work out. But yeah, so those, and then 3 Bestials. I didn't see these today. I wish I did. It would have been really good in the Fiendsmith matchups. But yeah, that's basically the idea, is the Fiendsmith matchups, or if you play mirror matches, these are bodies. Jerusalem's kind of an out-to-detonator itself, so it's even, better that way. Hitting the Fiendsmith or hitting the Requiem, so they can't play anymore in the mirror, is really good. Harpies, standard. 3 Thrust in the side, standard. Not much to say. I'll talk about that card in a second. 1 Call by the Grave against standard. My 2 targets were Drew McCann and D-Barrier. I don't think I resolved either of these. I think the only time I resolved Thrust was going second. I like having Thrust in going second because it's actually just more engine too, and your engine's actually really strong that you can break more boards if you're able to just see both Fiendsmith and the Ryzeal stuff. So this can get Bonfire, this can get Tracked. And I don't think I actually used it to grab a Harpies or anything today. It was all just engine. And then I mentioned it. I played the plugin on the side. I play this on the side just to be able to side for going first. That way, I have a clean 6 cards, because one of these 2 will get sided out, 3 Thrust. So clean 6 cards, so it's an easy sideboard. And then, just in case they're playing some type of breaker like Imperm or Kaijus, I wasn't entirely sure what to expect from people because it was post-ban list, so they might be trying to play decks with board breakers type of cards. So I just wanted to have that in there. Going forwards, I might change it into a Talons. Talons would have probably been really good in this side deck. The last card that I played, which I would definitely change into 1 Talons, I played 1 Soul Release as a thrust target. The idea is that in the Fiendsmith matchups, when they go, Lacrima, Requiem, Lacrima, Dump Paradise, you go Thrust, Soul Release, basically nuke their entire Fiendsmith engine, and put them on better have, another way to the Fiendsmith engine in your hand. That was kind of like the idea, and never really happened, so I'd be okay cutting this for a Talents. But then signing patterns get a little bit weird because 7 cards for going first is a little bit more iffy than 6, so I might have to change the plugin because it didn't do too much today. So, but yeah, that was overall the side deck. I thought it was solid. The only cards that were really questionable was the Soul Release and the plugin. Everything else I would 100% play again. You could play, instead of Talents, you could do Mellotronus. The problem with Mellotronus, you have to change the extra deck. The extra deck's tight as hell, so there's no reason. But yeah, that was my list. Feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are down below. And until next time.